Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And is this a good problem or a bad problem to have for T-Mobile? That's what I wanted to discuss in today's video. It's in regards to fixed wireless access. So I wanted to take you guys back to this older article from SDX Central. I'll leave a link to it in the description for those of you who haven't seen it. T-Mobile looks for creative ways to boost 5G fixed wireless access growth. So at this point in time, at this juncture, I feel T-Mobile has been selling and operating fixed wireless access long enough to know the ins and outs. So T-Mobile should know what's going to trigger the growth that they want for the quarter, what's not a go-to. They should know all those analytics and analysis by this current juncture. So whatever they put into the market for promotional offering, for the $20 discount for the unlimited plans, bundling, converged offer, they should know exactly how to approach the market in each and every quarter to obtain the growth that they want to obtain. So here's where that might be a good problem or where it might be a bad problem. So I've been testing fixed wireless access a bit differently these past few days, more aggressively, more intensive. I've been doing streaming while downloading some games again, multiple games, while downloading some games on the phone through the app like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG. I've been just doing some intensive tasks. And I'm noticing now that the product is heavily managed. At the very beginning, I remember doing similar testing, and it wasn't as managed as heavily as it is today. Now, some have told me that it's on the lowest priority. Others that are more in the know have told me it's not really the lowest priority. They had to give it some higher priority to not let the connection completely throttle out, to at least give it that range that they advertise. I think it's like the lowest is 25 megabits. The highest is like 80, I think I saw somewhere. But even though it's not the lowest priority, they still manage it very, very, very heavy. So what I'm noticing, and I haven't done enough testing to give you guys averages and numbers, but there is a ratio of speed that they're now allowing fixed wireless access to have. So it's not a full throttle, because if it was a full throttle, I wouldn't get higher speeds at lesser busy times, right? So let me further explain. So during peak hours on the mobile side, which of course has priority over fixed wireless access, if I can do 300 to 350 megabits, consistently, I can do that consistently on the home site. Fixed wireless access will put out 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, tops 80. Sometimes, depending, I can get it to 100 megabits. But that's a consistent ratio. Like, it's not like on one speed test, I get to 100, it goes down to 50, and then it goes to 300. I never currently am able to replicate the mobile speed. So they are managing this very heavily. I don't know what they added. I don't know if it's already slicing the network slicing. I don't know what it is, but it is managed down to a ratio. I don't know the percentage. I haven't tested that enough, but I can't get, even late at night when the network is offloading, like 1, 2, 3 a.m., I can never hit the same speed as mobile. Mobile is always faster. So at night, right, I can do 450, 500, and then fixed wireless access will do 150, 200. But during the day, when mobile traffic is more heavier, the ratio is much slower on fixed wireless access. Now, it hasn't gotten as bad as like a full throttle, like I said, where maybe I'm only getting 5 megabits, 10 megabits, and then my streams buffer. It hasn't gotten that bad. But where the good problem or a bad problem, if it's a good problem or a bad problem to have comes in, it's going to be a problem for those connections if the mobile network slows down. T-Mobile continues loading up the network at a crazy clip. Q4 is going to be a blowout quarter, biggest quarter of the year, guaranteed. Confident in that. Don't have to don't have to ask anybody or get tidbits or get leaks. This is going to be their biggest quarter of the year. I guarantee it. It's going to beat the numbers of Q1, Q2, and Q3. They continue loading up the wireless network, and if that ratio, and I'll be able to figure it out eventually, kicks in, which it has been, it hasn't changed, at least for me, eventually that fixed wireless access might be slow enough to be unusable if the wireless network does get to a halt. So during the peak times when I'm hitting 300 megs on the mobile side on speed, fixed wireless access is still usable. If that wireless connection ever goes down to 200 to 100 megs, that's going to be a problem for FWA. And I anticipate that to happen across the country in a similar manner. I don't think I'm the exception, right? So I'll also say this. I've been speaking with Terrell 352 on X, also known as Mobile Master Tech. His wireless connection is much faster. So his fixed wireless access connection is generally faster than mine. So during his peak times, he hits 800 megabits on the mobile connection, and he can do 200 to 300 on the fixed wireless access connection. Later in the evening, when his offloading happens, he can do 1.3 gigs on his mobile connection, and on his fixed wireless access connection, he can hit 700 megabits. So there is a ratio that they have implemented since. That was not the case at the beginning. At the beginning, when I tested fixed wireless access against mobile, I was getting just about the same speeds. So it was similar on the same priority level. And I'm seeing that now with reports on fixed wireless access for Verizon. Verizon's speeds are managed very similar to their mobile connection. So if you're getting, in a lot of cases from what I've seen, if you're getting 300, maybe 350 down on fixed wireless access, you're getting a similar speed on mobile. Sometimes, of course, the mobile connection is faster because fixed wireless access is capped, but it's generally the same priority as your mobile connection, which Verizon says they can handle because they got the capacity, speed, whatever, right? For T-Mobile, running a ratio like that could become a problem if they don't keep up with the wireless network. So in 2024, I better see them hit the ground running with that DoD C-band. They're not going to spend money specifically on fixed wireless access to offload a sector to make sure that ratio doesn't lead to buffering. They will have to continuously, at least for the people that have the product today, they will have to continuously add capacity onto the sites, whether that's new spectrum, refarming LTE spectrum, 10 gig circuits, whatever that is, to keep that speed above water. And I'm telling you guys, I've been noticing that. And again, doing the heavy stream testing, not the entire connection doesn't get the same priority neither. So if you're doing 4K and that's taking up majority bandwidth, if you're downloading a game on an Xbox, PlayStation, or if you're downloading a game like 2-3 gigs on your phone, that's going to take a back seat within the connection. So they're also prioritizing that as well. It's heavily managed. So I've noticed when nothing is streaming, I can download Call of Duty in like a minute, maybe 2. When everything is going and that priority kicks in, Call of Duty will take like 10, 12 minutes to download on that connection. So again, I'm just putting it out there. It's heavily being managed. Heavily. Probably the most managed connection I've ever seen T-Mobile do. So you could also say at the same time that the network is now intelligent and modernized enough for T-Mobile to even do that, right? Before, that probably wouldn't have been the case. But now they have enough, and it's good. It could, like I said, it could be a good problem, a bad problem. A good problem, mobile is not going to be affected much, right? If it's managed in this way, your mobile connection should operate smooth. The bad problem is what happens to the fixed wireless access connection as they continue growing the mobile business, and they are going to continue growing that. I can guarantee that for sure. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. I just wanted to put that out there. It's heavily being managed. Let me know if you noticed anything on your connection. But I'm telling you guys right now, there is a ratio that T-Mobile, it's not a cap yet, right? That could happen, but they're giving you a ratio of speed versus what the tower can actually do. So let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.